Nice. The mic is on. If you guys notice, we have a nice new mic with an arm. Very, very official. So let me know how the audio sounds for this guy. If it's good, bad. I'm going to have to adjust this mic a little bit. But yeah, today we're continuing this fight scene. We did one shot before. This is kind of one of the first shots. This is the calm before the storm, right? So it's kind of just, if we zoom in, I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can, see. It's kind of just like an idle breathing cycle. So I went in with the body. Let's take that off so we can see it. He's breathing up and down, right? It's pretty simple. It's just kind of up and down movement. His chest gets a little bigger and smaller. And then I offset his head and the sword, right? But what I want in this shot is there's going to be wind blowing. So what I want to do is have all the pieces, like the cloth, maybe this, and the hair, it's got to be moving in the wind. So that's what we're going to try and do today. And God, I'm not very good at this, so we will try our best to make it happen. But I remember, I think it's waves. The wave principle is going to be our friend here. Okay, I'm going to just create a new comp just in case I need to draw over. Right? We kind of want something to move. Where is it? Let's plug that. Right? We want it to kind of move like in the wind. Let's put this in front. We'll do the tunic first, then we'll do the hair at the end. Right? I kind of want it to move like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll try and draw a guide for myself. Let's just see what happens. Like right now, I have this. But I don't know if I like that. So let's try again. Start again. Let's go around frame 9. And I may regret how I set up this thing, but let's try and, follow kind of this wave shape. I'm noticing some problems with this rig too. I don't know why there's no handle here. It's kind of annoying. Even if I press Alt and drag now. Okay. Yeah, the more I use this rig, there are some things I wish I did differently. It's a little bit clunky, to be honest, but it's the best we got so far. So that's one frame. Let's try and make this a nice... Honestly, that probably could have been our first frame. And then this, whoops, is going to follow that. I just want to do like a cycle, I don't want to have it complicated. Let's just keep it simple. And anyone else has any tips on animating cloth and stuff, let me know, because I'm out of my element here. Surjit, how's it going, man? I'm doing great, man. Just working a lot today, this week. Work's maybe getting a little bit less busy next week, so more time for this channel, which is nice. How about you, dude? How have you been? What have you been up to? So let's go here. So I have this. I'm kind of working in reverse right now. Right, so maybe in our guide, we can do it like this as well. I'll take a different color, and we'll go the opposite way. What the hell? To kind of show me what's going to happen on the other end of this wave. That's nice. That should help. So green is the opposite. Let's see how this looks. Was it down before? No, it was up. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I really don't like how I rigged this tunic. It probably would have been better to do it like I did this shoulder patch. To have a completely separate line on the bottom. I thought I did it like that. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. And then plus this thing doesn't have a deformer. I don't know why. It's not good. So if we scrub back and forth, that's kind of, and like I kind of want there to be a lot of wind. Yeah, I definitely want there to be a lot of wind. Right? Hopefully, Claude's gonna join us soon as well. He's just getting something to eat upstairs. But yeah, wouldn't be a stream without Claude. Kyler, how's it going? Nice of you to join one of these streams. Says you're the best. Thank you for all your tutorials as they've helped me so much. Nice. Honestly, I really appreciate that. I'm glad they've been helping. Which ones more are you into rigging, animation, both? Nowadays, kind of a new rig. Doing some basic rigging nowadays, kind of new in rigging. Nice. That's great. Like, are they personal projects that you're working on, or for work? Okay. Right. That looks good. Kind of a wave motion. Now, what happens when we tween this? Oh, that might be exactly what I want. The thing is, I would love to have a little dark patch there, but I don't think it's set up. I don't think I can do that, really. Let's go here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Omar, how's it going, man? How are ya? If there's any tips for anyone starting out in Toon Boom and want to shift from advertising to animation, like of course a structured path. Sorry for the long question. No worries. So I'm guessing you are working in advertising right now and you want to switch to animation. Let me think, because that's very similar to what I did. I was like in business and I wanted to switch to animation. I think number one, always work in Toon Boom, right? And start very, very simple. So learn how to use the basic nodes, like learn how to draw, learn what a peg is, get comfortable switching between your camera view, node view, and timeline, because those are probably the most important things. If you're going into TV, it's probably a good idea to learn how to use rigs, how to animate with rigs. So you can get like basic rigs off the internet. I would say start with those and just do like small, 20-second animation kind of things, right? And that's gonna help you learn the software and learn animation. And I'm assuming you know some of the animation principles, but if you don't, you probably have to learn those as well. And you can do that from, like, the Animator Survival Kit. I think I posted a link to that on the Discord as well, so you can check that out somewhere. What the? Oh. Everything's open. So it's not really gonna work if we tween back and forth, right? It doesn't look very good. So maybe we'll do it like this. We'll do what I originally had. So let's treat this as the wind is blowing the tunic up like this, right? Right, the tunic's up here. So it's blowing up. As it comes up, it needs to come back down, but it's gonna drag some more. So let's drag this like that. We'll drag this like that. Right, so this part is kind of leading down. And then, right, as it comes, instead of this pose, actually, do we want to keep that pose? I'm just thinking. So now we need like this to keep going. So, right, see these corners, they keep going up. Now they're coming down, and now they need to continue to go down. So let's try it like this. Right, this is kind of moving down like that. Kind of in that wave motion still. Right? So notice how we're kind of moving that wave along. I just can't do it here because I don't have a fucking point. That's kind of annoying me a lot. Right? So see, now it's down. There you go. That kind of flaps. What do you guys think? Okay, we just got to follow these now. So this probably needs to go up like that. Same with this. Right, that's fine. And then this will be down. Just like that. Or something. I don't know. I'm kind of just winging this. Right, we'll add a tween there. Can you guys see? You want me to zoom in? I'll make my timeline a little smaller and this a little bigger. Let's move this up. Right, and I think we could just keep looping that. Right, and right now we haven't added any ease or anything, so that's going to obviously change things a little bit. But let's try that. So I want it to, hold up here a little bit. So I'll obviously ease in. Let's go 30. We'll go like 65. And normally I don't like to use the graph when I'm like character animating, but when I do overlapping action and stuff, I don't mind using it. See, that's probably too fast though, right? If we play through. Yeah, it's too fast. So 65 is too much. Let's go 35 and just 10. Right. So now here, I'll add a keyframe there. Just like that. We can extend that frame out, and I'm gonna extend the timing as well. I also don't like, before I do that, this comes up. I want this to kind of drag more. This part. Let's drag that. Right? That's looking more like a wave. So here, what I can also do, now that I'm looking, watch this part. It's going, and then suddenly it stops, right? So this needs to continue. This needs to be over here. Okay, not bad. Let's play that. Right? Can you guys see? Oh, I'm just going to stop that here and we'll play. Right? I just want there, imagine it's just random wind, like. So I don't want it to be too uniform. We can get away with a bunch of stuff, I think. Like, we could probably even get away with this. Let's try it. Like, if we just pop right back into the pose, how's that looking? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. No, we can't get away with that. So we're gonna go here, right back to here. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then this is gonna be our cycle. But now we just gotta fill in the middle part. So see how it's coming up? We gotta add some drag. So around this frame, I'm gonna kind of just bring everything in. Right? This is dragging down. I mean, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? We're getting a nice wave action. It definitely kind of looks like cloth. I wish. I don't mind that, actually. Surprising. Oh, Chaco and Jumanji, how's it going, man? Getting ready to use a rig. Is it better to animate on ones or use tweening, or it just depends? So, now I find after more practice, I can go in and go frame by frame a little bit better than before. But I usually like to use tweens and then convert it to twos. So, for example, like this motion, if you're doing it like frame by frame, if you were drawing, you could do that. But what I try and do, I get the biggest poses first. I'll get this pose, I'll get this pose, and then I'll use the computer to fill it in. And if I need to, I'll add my modifications to this, like on these frames. You know what I mean? Just get rid of that. So usually I like to let the computer do most of the work, and then you go in and add little tweaks. I find it helps me just keep control of my rig more. Kyle, how are you, my friend? How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, and then I think the beauty of cycles, I really should mark where they start. Red, red, up, down. Okay. Now we just copy that, paste it there. Now what we can do, we can kind of change the timing a little bit. So let's make this cycle a little longer. I don't know if that's too long, but let's vary up this timing. So it's a little more interesting. Let's take a look. Right, that looks like a wave. That's waving. Right, he's just gonna be standing there. I just want to add a little bit of movement to this shot. Also kind of a big thing if you're doing like effects, the wave principle is huge. This week at work, I had to do some effects animation for the first time. And yeah, I watched a whole bunch of videos. We were talking about it on Discord. Super, super fun to do, actually. All right. That looks good. We're going to try and do the same thing with this. But let's maybe do the hair first, because I think this is going to be the hardest part. And the hair is going to be a little bit different. We're basically going to do the same thing. Okay, so the hair, I had it done before and I kind of messed it up. I did the hair first, but I had to go in and take it all out because it's hard to have all the hair going and do the animation as well. So I did the character animation first, and now I got to do the hair. So I'm honestly thinking we could just do kind of like a pendulum. Oops. You know what I mean? Have the hair come here and then have it blow out the other side. Right? Easy enough. That could it could give the effect of wind. Let's see how that looks. I definitely did not make the hair easy to grab. I'll tell you that. Also, everyone who just joining, how does the mic sound? This is a new mic, so let me know if the sound is good or if it doesn't sound any different. Because me and Claude, we were testing it out, and we can't really tell the difference. Okay. Right, so I'm going to draw the key poses now. We got the hair blowing this way from the wind. Oh my God. So it's completely straight like that. I'm much better at doing secondary motion, or sorry, overlapping action when it's like a character jump or a run. But I find it really hard, really difficult to do like cycles in the wind. I don't know why. Right, so 1, 2. And now we just got to move everything else this way. Anyone else find that? Anyone else struggle with hair blowing in the wind? Right? We want to really, even though I can't see it, I want this piece to be in the same shape that I want. Because when it tweens, it's going to tween, hopefully it tweens properly. Okay. Right, let's track these pieces. Where's that piece? Right, same with this, right? I want it to be here. Even though I don't see it, I'm still going to animate it. Just so it's still following that correct path that I want. And then there's one piece I can't, where is it? Yeah, this can go here. Right, see, this doesn't have the handles as well. I don't know what happened with that. What's this? That's that piece. That piece. Just want to make sure we get all of the pieces. And then this giant piece of hair in the back. Whoops. So I broke down this sequence, this whole short. It's going to be 57 shots in total. And so far we've done like 2 of them. So it's going to be long. It's going to be a long process. Okay, so we're going to think of this like a pendulum. As it drops down, these ends are going to drag, right? It's going to slow into here, and then it's going to come back. And these points are going to drag as it comes back. So what we can probably do, we'll just create a tween. That kind of gives us the arc that we want. Maybe I'll make the timing a little bit longer. I don't want it the same as the bottom. That should be fine. And now let's go 10 and let's go 15, right? That gives us our ease. And then we'll make this a cycle and we'll come back. Just something very simple. Because if it's, I want it to be crazy wind, but I don't want it to be like insane blowing everywhere because I think that's going to be a little distracting. So let's try this. Right, just a nice, something to keep the character alive, basically. So now, I'm going to drag this up a little bit. Right, and we're not touching the timing or the spacing just yet. We're just dragging, right? See, it delays a little bit. And now here, let's delay this piece a little bit. Right, I want to be pretty subtle. And then also here, right? So this is what I'm kind of talking about. What about going frame by frame, right? I make my keys, I keep the tween, but then I go in and I adjust it. And now here, from here to here, I'll adjust this point, and then my computer will fill this frame in. So I want this to be dragging this way still, right? We're going to drag these points and have them reach later. Oops, we should move it. Right, so it gives it just a little smooth arc. Now here, same thing. I want to actually, let's grab those. Where did it go? And let's also show this. We'll drag that out. There we go. Right, and already we're kind of breaking up the action of the hair. So, yeah, it looks a little less robotic. Jaden, how are you, man? Which country are you in now, Fabio? I'm in Canada. Where in Canada? Close to Toronto. Toronto. Uh, yeah, if anyone knows where that is. And yeah, guys, too, any questions you have, I keep forgetting to say that about animation, about anything, post them in the chat and we'll answer them. And then here we'll do the same thing. I want this to drag now. And this to drag, even though we can't see it, but it's gonna show, or maybe not, but whatever. Nice. Right, that's like a nice sweeping motion. Like I love the pendulum for hair is a big one. Now it might be too fast. What do you guys think? Maybe we could extend that timing to make this go by. There you go. I like that. And let's mark these frames. So we got our cycles. And two, even though this is like 57 shots, a lot of the shots are like this. So if you notice our pose, it's reused. We already did this pose before in our other scene. So I just reused it. And now I'm just adding some motion. So it saves a lot of time. My two friends are in Canada for studying purposes from India. Nice. Do you know where in Canada they are? And also where in India were they coming from? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to copy this cycle, but I'm not going to turn it to twos just yet because we're going to do something else. So I learned this from, I don't know if you guys know him. His name's Don Chang. He's like an animator from Canada who works in the anime industry in Japan. So he gives tips on like how anime is made, which is really cool. And he did a video on hair. And what he said is like, if the wind is going from like left to right, it's going to hit this hair first. So this hair is going to move first. And then these hair pieces are going to be delayed. So what we can do, we can go into the hair now. And like, let's delay this piece. So we'll go 1, 2. So it starts to move later. And it arrives later. Let's go to this piece. Let's delay it even more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's even more delayed. Okay, let's grab this guy. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be too much, actually. So maybe just 4. And then let's delay this piece as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So now when we play this, like look how loose that hair looks. Let's loop it. It's not like a smooth loop, but it's pretty cool. And we didn't really have to change too much. One in Vancouver and one in Brampton. Oh, nice. Both from New Delhi. Okay. Yeah, Brampton's really, it's actually a huge city, but, yeah, I'm pretty close to one part of it, and, that's great, man. Vancouver? Nice. What do they study? Hey, how are you? Nice of you to join the stream. Thanks. Okay, so right, it's not a smooth loop, so it pops at the end, but who cares? But let's turn it to twos. Oh, nice. How's he doing?
Yeah, they just got back from a rave.
What time is it there? Like in the morning?
Yeah.
Nice. He's so funny.
Sit up there and do something.
Yeah, I can add you in after. Claude just got here, guys. Nicholas says, Hola, Fabio. I have no idea what you are doing. Hola, Nicholas. What we're doing is we're adding some secondary or overlapping action to clothes and to hair. So we got the clothes so far. We got the hair moving. Let me zoom in. Just to give this shot a little more life, you know? I may have to go into and add this hair to my other shot, but we'll see. Okay. Hair's looking good. Thank you. Thanks. Here, I'll send you it through email, Claude.
I have to work anyway, so.
Okay. Yeah, I won't go too long anyway. Yeah, Claude's been busy this week and last week. Okay, let's do this. This is gonna be the hardest part. So let's do. Let me save it. We've only been doing this for 37 minutes. That's good.
Are you doing the Jon Snow thing?
Yeah, I was gonna do some more of that rigging stuff, but I gotta do this or else I'll never finish it. Like even just one shot every few weeks will add up, you know? Is there a separate video for your character eyes? I like how they're functioning with the eyebrows. Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, these eyebrows are the same. I cover it in my rigging tutorial. These eyes are basically made the same, except, I mean, even the way I did it isn't that great, but there's an eyebrow line, and they're connected with a peg. What I should have done is connected it to the deformer, so this moves with the deformer, but I didn't do that. And just like a cutter that cuts the eye. For the actual eye, what is different is if you go on the overlay layer, I don't know why it's not showing, but this line is on the overlay layer, so it shows through when the lids. See that? See where the lids cut it off? That's because this part's on the overlay layer. And that's basically the difference with the eyes. And then we added that shadow underneath. But I'm making a new tutorial, guys, on how to make eyes. I'm just editing it right now. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty advanced. We did a live stream of it 2 weeks ago, but this is going to be an easier tutorial to follow. Oram, how are you, man? Nice of you to join the stream, guys. Okay, back to this. Let's get this cloth done. Jules, how's it going? How's it going? All right. So this actually might be easier because I rig this. I have a separate line that I use for the wave motion. Oh. The problem is I don't have enough deformer points to make like a nice wave. So let's just improvise. Let's just use what we got. So this guide is actually useless. I'm just going to turn it off. How's everyone doing though? Good? You know, anyone working on any cool projects? Anyone watch any cool shows recently? Okay. I'm seeing a lot of cool art that you guys are posting on the Discord as well, which is awesome. Yeah, always love to see that. Yeah, it does actually. Jules says it's the weekend, can't complain. Nice. Any big plans for the weekend, Jules? I think it's Mother's Day here, so we gotta do something with the family. Okay. But not so bad. We'll probably take like the dog to the dog park and have like a nice picnic or something, you know? Jules, nice biking near Ottawa River. That's great. So you're from Ottawa. How is that? Is there a lot of like nice scenery there? A lot of things to do? Because a lot of the times when I go to like Taffy or something, I meet a bunch of people from Ottawa, but I've never been. It's awesome. Well, I definitely need to come check it out then. I just want to make this a little bit bigger. And then this needs to go like that. Jules says, not as fun as Montreal or Toronto. So did you grow up in Ottawa? Did you move there? But yeah, it's hard to compete with those cities. Montreal is pretty nice. Toronto's fun. I like Toronto. I kind of like the look of Montreal better and just like the overall vibe in that city. But Toronto's cool too. Okay, so we're going to kind of copy what we did here. So instead of having this, wait a minute. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's have this curl up, right? So we did this up pose. Now let's go down. Get that in there. Is it a personal project or is this for a production? So this is a personal project, but I want to actually finish it. You know, I was thinking the other day, I've never really finished a full like a full project. I've never taken an idea that I've had and, you know, completed it. So This is going to be the first one. And I feel half of it was because my skills just weren't, you know, on par to finish anything that I thought up. And now I feel I'm at a place where I know how productions are made. I can definitely schedule one myself and kind of, finish an idea, which is cool. Jules says, wow, animation on a rig are top tier. Honestly, it helps so much. So if you're a cutout animator, I almost think it's like a necessity to know at least how a rig works. It helped when I started learning rigging. It was basically just so I could understand how to use a rig, and it was so helpful. And it just boosted my confidence, my like the quality of my work went up, the speed of my work went up, everything just improved. So, are you an animator, Jules, or are you a rigger? Oh, Jules, I'm the CEO of Version 1 Studios. That answers my question right away. You guys make some great rigs. That's I don't think I've ever seen a studio like that before who specializes in one thing. And I'd really love to hear how that came about. Super interesting. I follow you guys on LinkedIn. One more question. Have you tried Indian food? I have. But not like as much as I should. What's a good dish to try? Yeah, nice, Jules, for sure. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, have a good night. But yeah, what's some good Indian food to try? Gary God helped me so much. I was in 2016. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the tutorials online are like the Toon Boom ones, they're outdated, right? So usually it still works, but they're pretty much outdated. Even my rigging tutorial, I need to kind of revisit that. Like I'm learning a bunch of new stuff, and even that kind of feels like it's getting to that point. So just moves very quickly, Toon Boom. Am I annoying you, Claude, with talking too much? And nice. And guys, if you don't know what Version 1 Studios is, check them out. They provide professional rigging services. I'll fix that arm after. Just a little shout out there. Do all studios follow the same steps and processing to create an animation? No. So usually a studio, I've worked at a few different studios, and each one of them has their own like production pipeline of specifically of how they do things. But usually it is similar. It's like, you know, you make the assets, the character designs, storyboards, get all that done. And then when it comes to animating, it's like animation, effects, comp. So the steps are the same, but how they do it really depends on, the style of the show. Are they doing cutout? Are they doing traditional? How complicated is the animation style? How complex are the characters? Blah, 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 right? Depends on so much. I tried adding continuous and slow my PC so much. That is interesting because I think the constraints on this rig are slowing down this rig as well. And but it's weird because from what I hear, they're supposed to be not as heavy as deformers. but from my experience, they're heavier. So I'm also in that same kind of boat. I don't know what to do because a lot of the things I'm learning now have to do with constraints. So I don't know. I think some of them they can speed up your work just because like you don't have to add a master controller or whatever, but I don't know. I don't really have a problem with deformers unless there's like 20 characters in a scene. I've never really had a problem. So let's start like this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's get that. Let's get that. Right, so we're kind of getting that same motion. And then what do we do here? We got that, and then we cycled back up. So then we can go back up. 1, 2, 3. Back here. How does that look? Not bad. I don't think that's bad. Let's delete all this. Another question. For this pose, you draw it from scratch or adjusted your base pose model. So you can actually see this pose a couple live streams ago. I'll link it here. But what I did was I had a storyboard, and I drew like I moved my character into the roughly that same position, did a few drawovers, and constantly did that to get the pose I wanted. So I used the rig, drew over the pose, and matched the deformers to my drawings. Rayla, how are you? I'm currently an animation student, entering my 3rd year. I used to be so scared of cutout animation. I had a really intimidating instructor too. It really helped me out. I'm trying. Nice. That's I love to hear that, because cutout animation, it really isn't that. It's pretty fun, you know. Did you start as a traditional animator? And that's good that they actually taught you cutout in school. A lot of the stories I hear is they don't even teach. A lot of schools don't even teach cutout animation or Toon Boom. So I think that's a little bit crazy. We just got to fix this. There we go. And then it comes back up. Okay, let's tween this. Let's see what happens. So now we can do that thing where we add some, maybe a little more drag. Omar says, I like this rig, looks more traditional. Thanks. Yeah, that's also the kind of the whole point of this project. So if you can see, I use like some textured lines, right, to get that traditional feel. But I want to see if I can make cutout animation look traditional. And that's kind of why I'm doing this whole a fight scene, right? Because there's going to be dynamic poses, fast action that's usually pretty hard to do with a cutout rig. So I'm trying not to redraw anything. I want to use the rig all the time, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how far I can get. So you may according to the pose. No. I didn't make the new rig according to the pose. So I had my normal rig that I made. And what I did was like you just move the pieces. And then what you do, you like draw over this rig, right? The pose you want. And then I matched the deformers to that draw over. So I didn't create a new rig for each pose. I didn't even draw. I didn't really even create new drawing swaps. It's all the rig and deformers, basically. So let's drag that. Right, that's looking good, right? It's not uniform. I like that. I gotta fix some of that stuff. So see, that's the thing too. Even if we don't see this, let's put it where it's supposed to go. Right there. That way the tween's gonna look better. See that? A little bit better. So now here, let's drag this down a little bit. All right, we'll go like this. We'll go like that. And we'll go just like this. Right, so this is coming up, but this is staying down. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Whoops, I just deleted that. This is going to drag down. Holy shit. Look at that. So dragging. And then it's going to drag up. So this is kind of messing up a little bit. I think we need to go more like that. Right? That's looking good. Right? It looks pretty windy, eh, guys? Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. We learned a bit of basic harmony my first year. In my second year, we had an instructor who was a senior cutout animator, and he was a huge help, even as he was extremely brutal. Yeah, honestly, though, you need people like that, especially because when you get in the industry, that's what's going to happen, man. Like, you're going to get some brutal feedback. But, you know, it's just part of the job. That's good. I think that's good to work under someone like that. You know, maybe not the best approach all the time, but it's good to know how to handle situations like that. Because not everyone's going to be super nice all the time. I think that's it. Let's ease into this. Let's ease into this. I'm just dragging the frames. Oh, shit. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. No one's going to know. Okay, so now I'm going to mark these frames. These are my cycles. I'm really putting off too, guys. Like, this is not the correct sword prop. I haven't drawn any backgrounds yet for this. I'm just starting on the animation, which is probably not the smartest thing, but what does Sergi say now? Got it. I'll use it. So first I'll need to make 360 rig so I can use it later. Exactly. Like if you're going, but the whole thing is that was the goal for this. You know, you very easily could use a simple rig and just redraw each pose. That can also work. But I just didn't do it here because I want to see how far I can push a 360 rig, right? So you don't need to do it. Whatever really you want to do. People here are more into Animate CC than Toon Boom. Damn, that's crazy. I worked with Adobe Animate CC a bit. I cannot stand that program. I hate it so much. But people can make really good stuff. Oh, what happened? We lost our cycle there. And paste again. Yeah, like it's pretty powerful if you know how to use it. But I think what gets me is you can't move things forward or back in Z depth. You got to create a new piece and layer it on top. And sometimes you have like 3 different arms, and I hate it. Like I worked on a show, it was called Corner Gas, and they used Animate CC on that. And the director on that show was amazing. Probably one of the best animators I've ever worked with. And he was really good with that program. The rigs were super, complex. But yeah, it was a nightmare to animate with that. Like I did not enjoy it at all. This. I'm just trying to put everything on odd frames. I don't know why. I think it's like an OCD thing. But I always kind of need everything to be on odd frames. How do we like that, guys? I mean, it just brings a static shot to life. Right? That pop at the end it just when it plays back. Anything else we can move? I don't think so. And then in comp, you'll have all the wind. What we can do if we turn on this camera, right? It's gonna be a panning shot. Let's play it. Oh, where's the background? Oh. I mean, it's not really a background, but now it looks a little more finished. To be fair, he did make like 3 students cry. Oh my god. If you're being, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not good though. You can't be making people cry. That's crazy. It is a tough line of work though. This animation stuff. You're constantly being uh like not criticized, but you know what I mean. Like you're getting feedback almost every day on the job. Everything you do is, up for approval. So it's tough. It is tough. All right, guys. Nice. This is done. Right. So we use the wave principle kind of on the cloth. We got those keyframes in. And we're just thinking about what parts are dragging down, what part is leading the action. That's what I was thinking about most of the time. Same with the hair, the basic pendulum motion. That was a huge thing here. So I want to save this. We've been going for about an hour. I'm a little tired. So what do we think? I might do one more shot just to show you guys how you can reuse things, because this is pretty applicable in an actual studio setting. So I have this shot, right? I did all this work. He's there. We have another shot. Let me pull up the animatic somewhere. I don't have any animatics. I'm trying to think. It goes there. We have another shot. I think it is shot 4. So this is shot 2. I'm going to open shot 4 now. And you're going to see it's basically the same shot, but zoomed in, right? And like on a show, we don't want to pose this character out twice. We don't want to do this animation, the hair animation twice. So what do? Now, usually you'll have the blank rig in both scenes, so you can copy and paste, but we're probably not going to have that. So we're going to have to use the library, I think, for this. If it ever opens. And then we'll call it, guys. You know, just I want to try and get a stream in every Friday. And then some of the streams, this replay I think will be for everybody. And then the next stream we do, the replay is going to be for members only, but the actual stream everyone can join. Okay, so here's a good example, right? Here's this shot. Same exact thing, but close up. So what we can do is I'll just grab this character, Control C. I'll go to my library just to let's go Harmony Premium Library. Control V, wherever I want to paste it. It's read only, so I'll just go right click, right to modify. Select the folder that's inside the folder. This is everything inside that folder. I'll paste. We can rename it. If this pops up, you know you pasted right. We'll go Jon Snow reuse scene 1. Go to this scene, library. I got to find the same thing, right? My premium library. I'll refresh it to reload it. Oops. Oops. Right to modify. And now let's find it. Jon Snow reuse. Select, drag into the scene. Boom, just like that. We got our exact animation from before. Like, look how much time that saves, guys. Now what you got to do, you can go in, you can add another peg on top just to keep it separate. I'll go reposition. Right, I'm on the first frame. The peg's open, right? We want it open because we just want to affect the scale. And here we could either, actually, we don't even need to reposition this guy. Let's just add a camera. Throw a peg, and what we'll do, I'll connect the animatic under the camera. So when I move, the animatic stays where it is. So I'll zoom in, I'll zoom in. Right, we're just gonna match our animatic. Okay, maybe even closer. No, that's good. And just like that, guys, we have 2 shots done. I think actually there's supposed to be a pan as well. Right, maybe even a zoom in. There we go. Right? Easy. So that's a nice trick to use even in a studio. If you do some animation, you want to reuse it, definitely reuse it. Okay, so we got one shot. We got two shots for the price of one, which is good. And then let me show you guys the shot we did yesterday. Or sorry, not yesterday, but in our last stream. This is the one where he runs. So right, thinking about it now, also a good like studio example. Like this shot's done, right? We got the hair and everything, but we just realized we need wind in this scene. So one of these days we may have to go in and like as a retake, add some secondary action to the hair and the tunic and everything. But we can do that after. All right, guys. I think that's it. I'm gonna call it today at an hour. Any last minute questions you guys have, let me know while I try and think of some updates for this channel. Oh, sorry. Yeah, eye rigging tutorial. I've finished the first half of that video. I need to do the other half, but I might split them into two because it's easier to digest. And that's about it. So that's coming soon, guys. That should be here in the next few weeks, I want to say. And yeah, we'll keep doing these streams every Friday. We're gonna get through this whole animated short. We're gonna go through the animation stage. When I start to do the backgrounds, we'll do the backgrounds as well. We'll do comp, we'll do effects. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. It's gonna be a long process. We got here's the breakdown. So I got a nice Excel sheet here. We have 57 shots. Let's zoom in. 57 shots in total. We have 10 of the shots that are already set up, like the scenes are set up. We're working on 2. But yeah, we got a long way to go, right? Blocking, animation, effects, comp. It's going to be a long road, guys, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see, I think. So it'll be good for these live streams to work towards something. I want to see the camera scene. Which camera scene? This one? This scene. Kyle says, wow, amazing, nice. The Parker Bros. Nice. Did I pronounce that right? I probably butchered that. Cool. Can't wait for the effects. Yeah. There's going to be, I think, quite a bit of effects in this. And yeah, I just realized this week effects are really fun. So I did some cool explosions or smoke effects. That was pretty difficult, not going to lie, but learned a lot. Let me think. Wait, Serjeet, is this what you wanted to see? Oh, he says yes. Great. Waiting for the eye rig. Yeah, it's honestly super cool, this eye rig. It's insane. It'll change the way you rig anything. So keep an eye out for that, guys. You pronounced it perfect. Okay. Nice. And yeah, I'm thinking, guys, this is gonna be the regular streaming time as well. It's gonna be late. So it seems like everyone oh yeah, I want to learn explosion. They're so hard. They're so difficult. We were talking on the Discord. There's a YouTube channel called Stylist Rumble. She does a lot of good effects tutorials. She does water, smoke explosions, dust, and she's surprisingly really good at it. So yeah, check her out, guys. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. So have a good weekend. We'll see you all next Friday. And thank you again for joining, guys. We have so many people on this stream. It's what I love. It's what I love to see. Everyone seems to be getting along, which is super important. So, you know, thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for commenting. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Ciao. When is the next stream? Probably next Friday. Next Friday, same time. All right. Bye, guys.